the 5 favorite things that I really like about this vehicle. First off, this was the first time I've ever taken out a vehicle like this. And what I mean by that is a Sprinter van, self-contained. Being able to sleep on the top of the mountain and waking up to first chair was an experience that you have to just do, you know? And then on top of that, trying to chase a storm. But the 5 main things I really, really like about it is, one, I felt like I could go anywhere. I'm driving in the middle of a snowstorm from Lewiston to Leavenworth because I was chasing the storm. And I felt very comfortable driving it. The 4-wheel drive on the Mercedes chassis are top notch. And I love that I got tired. I could pull over, I could make a sandwich, I could, go to the bathroom, I could lay down. I like the versatility, especially with these Revels, where the bed can go up during the day, so I have access to the back of the van to, get through my stuff versus having to have a permanent bed there that I have to go around back and, be out in the cold looking through my stuff. I can be all in the van, and I'm self-contained. I love that the diesel heater just stays on, and that's how you keep everything from freezing, especially when you're at the top of the mountain. Is it's got a little thermostat, and you just set that thermostat and it just stays on. It stayed on the entire 5 or 6 days. As long as I have diesel in the gas tank, the heater runs. I was told by one of the employees of R&R, or one of the service techs, that they are kind of temperamental, the heater. So he just said, just leave it on. They're bulletproof. They work. So those are 2 things. The third one, I think I like the ability to know that it sits up higher. So going off road makes it really nice versus some of these other self-contained, Class B, Class C's. They're really low to the ground. They don't have the height clearance that you would need to go off-road. I love how easy it is to pull out, especially these Revels. They have the little thing. I don't know if I can show you, but the induction tabletop heater. Or not heater, cooktop. So I just pulled that out and was able to cook something quickly. The refrigerator's in a great spot where it's close to the outside, close to the inside. At first, when I first got this, I'm looking at the bed. I'm going, man, this thing does not look comfortable at all. It was probably one of the most comfortable beds I've ever slept on. Now, granted, I added my topper on there. And toppers, in my opinion, solve everything. Even if the bed's horrible, having that little topper on top of the mattress really makes it really comfortable. And sadly, at the end of my trip, when this thing's sitting in my driveway, I actually wanted to sleep in the van versus my house because it was so comfortable. And it looks small, for living in here full time. But I mean, honestly, if it was just 1 or 2 people, or 2 people, I could see how this, living here full time wouldn't be a problem. I can drive anywhere. My home is on wheels. I can go anywhere. The disadvantage of homes on wheels is that if you're set up somewhere and you have to go to the store, you have to take your home with you. But I think that the disadvantages are very small and very minimal to the positives that you get in something like this. The other features that I like is just the built-in blinds. Revel does Revel or Winnebago does a really good job of just putting the small little things on there. For example, the blind has a blackout blind and a shade that's already built into them. The windows can pop up. This bench sitting up here is really cool for an office. I love how the chairs turn around. Now, a lot of these things that I'm saying are probably universal to any conversion van. I'm just telling you my experience of a first-time consumer trying these out. 100% worth the money. If this is the lifestyle that you're looking for, 100% Revel is where to go in my opinion. Now, I will probably be testing out other vehicles, and that might change a little bit, but I really do like this type of vehicle. Is probably for the out back country, middle of nowhere, drive up at the side of the mountain. You're 20 or 15 miles away from any civilization, and this thing will just be self-contained. Me personally, I think it was just the bed. Having the bed, being able to move that out of the way was probably one of the best things, because with the bed down, you're very limited on space. But with the bed up, everything underneath the bed I was able to get to. I could change underneath there. I like that the heater's in the back too, because there's two heaters. There's one up front and there's one in back, and it kept the heat equal. There wasn't ever really like any cold drafts or anything, because the heat was kind of spread out throughout the van. And I like that, you know, in the morning I didn't have to start my vehicle. It was already warm. So I would say that was probably the best number one feature that I like in this particular thing. I did end up taking a shower up at, yep. And hot water was spot on, you know, and it's always been, in my experience, the shower toilet combo. At first I thought it was kind of weird, you know, you're taking a shower right next to a toilet where you go to the bathroom. But when you're in the shower, you don't think about any of that stuff. We'll bleep that out. You don't think about any of that stuff. You just, good water pressure, it's warm, you know, and it was nice. It was nice to be able to take a shower and warm up and feel clean, even though that I'm not dirty. I'm snow camping. Just having that, for me, being able to wake up in the morning and feel clean was really cool. I felt like this had plenty of storage. The refrigerator was really big. It's probably one of the bigger fridges I've seen on a conversion van, or just in general. I have two RVs and my refrigerators are small. I love the space that I had a whole cabinet for clothing, and that clothing could be an option for two people. Two people easily could fit. And I put all my clothing in this one, all my food in this one. I had plenty of storage for food. I like that the shower, toilet, closet combo was also a shower, or it was also a closet. So I was able to put some of the stuff in there. And then, I mean, the only downfall is like when I wanted to take a shower, I had to take all that stuff out. But that's not a big deal, because, you know, it's very minimal to do that and then put all your stuff back. Space wise, absolutely. I did like how the toilet, it's a little 5-gallon container. You can access it from the outside. You pull that out, and I don't have to find a dump station. I can just go to a rest stop with a bathroom, and I can just empty that right in the toilet, and done. I do also like the fact that I actually did carry extra water. I carry like an extra 5-gallon jug of water. And in this Revel and in other vehicles, they have what they call a reverse pump. So instead of having to go to a hose and city water hooking up, which is hard to find in winter, I just carry my own water in case I ran out. I can actually, there's a switch that you can put on there that actually pumps it into the clean water tank from my container. So it makes it nice. If I ran out of water, I knew that I at least had an extra 5 gallons that get me by. Believe it or not, I didn't really run out of water. I had to empty the toilet a couple times because it's a smaller toilet. Water was actually still available when I parked. I conserved the water. I washed the dishes and the toilet, but there really wasn't a lot of water consumption. I believe this has like a 23-gallon clean water tank and a 23-gallon gray water. There is no black, because the black is basically the toilet that has its own little container. Gotcha. The only thing I could say is that if I was all set up, I got it all level, I got a good parking spot, and then I'm like, crap, I need to go to the store, or oh crap, I didn't check the diesel, I'm gonna need diesel. I mean, some of these things are solvable by making sure you pack extra or carry a diesel tank. But if I didn't have any of that stuff, I feel like that would be the only disadvantage of a particular vehicle like this. And I'm not just saying a Revel, but just an all-in-one, Class C, Class B, one that has a motor versus a trailer, would be having to leave and having to go to the store. But I also like the incognito of a Revel or this type of vehicle, because I can pull over on the side of the road, black out everything, and go to sleep, and I'm just parked in a parking lot. No one knows that I'm in here. Versus a van or a camper that looks more like a camper, it's a little bit harder to get away with. But really, disadvantages, I mean, I really couldn't think of any. I mean, I really liked everything about this. And it makes me actually second guess maybe potentially buying something like this down the road and living in this full time.